Good morning. Happy Tuesday, friends. It's good to be with you today, or whatever day you end up watching this devotion. I totally forgot about my devotion last week. So, if you were wondering what happened last Tuesday, I had total brain freeze. So, I'm happy to be with you today. This morning, I am thinking a little bit about serving and the benefits of serving as we are getting ready this morning for our Thanksgiving giveaway coming up this weekend. And we're having to do it pandemic style. It's going to look different, and many of you that always participate are not going to be able to. And I was just thinking about service, and I was thinking about our outreach this weekend, and wanted to just encourage you in a couple of ways related to the importance of serving. We all want our lives to matter, and it's the reason we do the things we do. We take leadership positions because we want to make a difference. You might parent in a way that you want your kids to make a difference in the world. There's nothing wrong with influence and getting ahead and all the things that we do to make our lives matter. But some of those things aren't going to change the world in the same way serving just one person does. And you know that we have a purpose here in our church, and it's to help a growing number of people love God, love people, and change the world. And that's one of the best things about our Thanksgiving outreach is being able to really do our purpose hands on. So there are some blessings that we experience by serving others, and I just want to talk about those real briefly this morning. There are 8 blessings that I came up with. The first is that serving allows us to discover and develop our own gifts and talents. 1 Corinthians 12 compares the church to a human body. And just like our bodies are made up of many parts and they serve specific functions, the church has many people with different skills and abilities and gifts. And alone, those pieces aren't very useful, but together, we create really something beautiful, like the Thanksgiving outreach this weekend when we all come together to serve. And then, second, serving allows us to experience miracles. In John chapter 2, Jesus was at a wedding, and the couple was running out of wine for its guests. And he tells the servants to fill several big jars to the brim. And when they served the water to the guests, it had turned into wine. And the guests never knew what happened, but the servants were the ones who witnessed the miracles. And the same is true for us when we serve. When we are in the front lines of service, we get to hear the stories. We get to see the looks on people's faces and know that God is doing something in their life when they get to receive food or clothing or just, are greeted in a way where they are welcomed and loved. And third, serving allows us to experience the joy and peace that comes from obedience. 1 Peter 4:10-11 says, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ." Serving is a form of worship. It's a way to express gratitude for what Jesus has done for us and to share the love and the grace that we've been given. And then, fourth, serving helps us become more like Jesus. We shift our focus off of ourselves and on to others through serving. And we begin to see others as Jesus sees them. And we see Jesus in others as well. And then, fifth, serving surrounds us with other Christ followers who can help us follow Jesus. So when we're working side by side with other people, a bond forms. And this was part of God's plan for how the church is supposed to work. That's why Hebrews 10:24-25 says to spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, but encouraging one another. And then 6, serving increases our faith. As we move out of our comfort zone, God increases our faith by revealing sometimes new potential and new gifts that we didn't know we had. And when we see what he can do when his power is working within us, inside of us, we begin looking for other doors that he's opening rather than pushing our way through one that might be closed. We start looking for more ways to serve. So serving increases our faith, and I think that increases our service. Seventh, serving allows us to experience God's presence in new ways. Encouragement and healing go hand in hand. And as we encourage others and they find healing, we're encouraged. And it's the reason so many people who go on mission trips say they come back feeling like they got more than they gave. I think that can be true, like this coming weekend at the Thanksgiving giveaway. We might put in a lot of work and a lot of hours, but we feel like our bucket gets filled up in the process of serving. And then finally, serving is just good for your soul. Studies have shown that volunteering is good for your mind and your body, that it can ease symptoms of stress and depression. And when we tap into our gifts and our passions, it builds self confidence and energy and strength. So, serving others can also be a distraction from our own worries. It gets us outside of ourselves to look at others. So, I encourage you, for those of you who are able to get out and come serve this week, there are things that can be done all week in the building for the giveaway that would be with just a few people involved. And we are sorting clothing. I'm dressed in work clothes today because the staff are going to be sorting clothing during our staff meeting time today. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're here. The building is open till 7. We need all kinds of folks to come and help sort clothing. There was a good amount dropped off on Sunday, and I just looked in there, and I know there were 2 people that came yesterday, and they definitely got some work done, but there's still a whole lot of clothing in that fireside lounge that needs to be sorted and put in the sanctuary. So that would be a job. We also will have some boxes to put together starting today. We've got some literature that needs to get stuffed in envelopes in order to put in the food boxes. So there's all kinds of things during the week with lots fewer people involved. If you're looking for something, you can call me at the church office or on my home number as well, my cell phone number. But I want to encourage you, if you're not able to get out in any way, which I know so many of my friends that I love dearly are not able to do, would you please be praying for us? Would you pray for this event? It is Friday from 2 to 9 and Saturday from 12 to 5. And your prayers are so important. Pray for protection and safety for all the volunteers and for the folks who come. We want to do this well and we want to do this safely. Pray that all of our expenses are covered. Pray for good weather. Pray that we love each other well as volunteers and that we love everyone who comes to receive food and clothing. So I encourage you, if you're not able to physically come serve, please pray for us. If you're able to physically come serve and feel comfortable doing that, we so need you and would appreciate your service. So just remember, friends, the Lord doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. And you and I, as Jesus followers, are called to service. And so I encourage you to receive the good benefits of serving God and doing that in community. And I believe that our purpose is one of those benefits, that we get to see more and more people love God, love people, and we get to see the world changed, one person at a time, one family at a time. Come on down this weekend and you can experience that as well. I love you, friends. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.